During the last quarter of last year, I received a phone call from a woman I really hold in high esteem. In the course of our conversation, she asked me, "What are you doing now, Relindis?" I replied with a flat nothing, like, "I do nothing, sister. I just want to be." She went like, "What do you mean by you just want to be? You are young, Relindis. This is the time you should make the most of your life." Sis, I must tell you, before then, the specialness of being young had not yet occurred to me. So after we ended the conversation, I thought for a while, and then it suddenly dawned upon me that I am really young and I should make the most of my youth. How I am going to do that is still a question I struggle with, but a few things are certain. I am young. I am full of life. I am a youth, and I need to make the most of my youthfulness. Maybe you too are young. Maybe you too are full of life. Maybe you too are a youth. I will repeat to you the very words she said to me. This is the time you should make the most of your life. Perhaps you come from a background like most of us do, where our parents had to struggle through thick and thin so we could have an education they themselves never had. Or maybe you have survived through the enticing and the entangling meshes of today's world, or have magically escaped a bullet fired from the gun of a brother who has given up on a seemingly hopeless tomorrow. Or maybe you are just sick and tired of the chaos, the hatred, and meaningless violence in our homes, in our communities, on social media. Maybe, just maybe, you want to light a candle of hope for humanity and then paint a different picture that will bring about the change we want. Whoever you are, or whatever you want to do, I want to let you know that you are not alone. You are not seated alone on this table of life. It is time you add meaning to this conversation of life. It is time you bring to the table what you brought with you, for you volunteered to be here during this phenomenal time in history where you and I can make today and tomorrow what it shall be for us and our children. Your eyes may still be fearful, your voice unsure, and your steps timid. Even so, you should know that you and yours are needed here and now. Let this not sound like an imperial decree passed upon you, for it is still up to you to decide in the face of the test whether or not you will lift a finger and take the trouble upon yourself. But whatever your choice is, I still really want to let you know that there is a world underneath your feet that seems so small and in deep need of your youthful yes and total self-giving. For as trees shed their leaves and flourish anew with spring, as the sun sets at dusk to rise again at dawn, so too shall we tell our children and our children's children that we once laid bare in realms and ashes. For when the phoenix rises, the rest remains history. This is what we are about. We are like seeds buried in the earth that must sprout. We are like pruned trees that must bring forth fruit. And so from moment to moment, mile by mile and line by line, we must make the conscious creative choice for ourselves, for our children, for our nation, about what is standing that we must tear down, what hopes shall possess us, what dreams shall we make believe, what foundations must we lay, how shall we organize, how shall we envision and work for the transformation of ourselves and our nation. What are the inventions, discoveries, the new concepts that will help us move towards the change we want? We must decide whether we shall remain crippled by our present condition or move forward to participate in our own healing, and whether the destiny of humanity be hell or heaven. The decision is ours to make. There is a world that is waiting for us. As a matter of fact, many worlds await us. Our world, the worlds of our children and our children's children, who maybe are young or yet unborn, but who are wanting to live, wanting to grow, wanting to become their best possible selves. This will be if, and only if, you and I commit ourselves now to this work at hand, this healing, this transformation. Our tomorrow and that of our children lies asleep in our own hands. For we are the youths. We are the hope of today and tomorrow.
I am a youth, you are a youth, we